Ma'am. Alrighty. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe. You're all here today for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested. As you appear before me today, you're considered not guilty of what you've been charged with. That status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you're arrested on a warrant or a new charge. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of release that will be imposed upon you. You're entitled to have a lawyer represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire one, I will appoint the public defender's office for you. You are entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or your lawyer know you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to make that phone call, let me know. I'll make sure you get that phone call today. You also have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Great. Very good. Put your hands down as I call your name. Please come forward. Candace Shipp. Can I have your date of birth?
12/7/91.
You were here today for a burglary of conveyance. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. Is there a prior record?
I should have prior record.
Okay. Ma'am, I have an address for you on Manatee Road in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
That's my mailing address. I live in Ocala.
All right. You need to provide the jail there with the address that you have in Ocala before you can bond out. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know the address?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, you're going to need to find out. We need a valid address for you before you're able to leave the jail.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to set the bond at $2,000. We're going to see you back to court on July 1st at 1:30 in the afternoon. And when you do bond out, you might want to reach out to your public defender, okay? Oh, Ms. Candace, I'm going to order that you have no contact with Dustin San Martin, okay?
He has my son right now. I'm supposed to get him back when I get released.
Yeah, he's the victim in this case. You'd have no contact with him whatsoever. So don't call him, don't write him, do email him. If you need to have any contact with him, you can do so through your lawyer or through the court, but you cannot have any direct communication with him. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Barbara Blevin. Can I have your date of birth?
8/20/64.
You were here today for a violation of probation based on a warrant signed by Judge Hitzman on April 2nd, so I found probable cause for your arrest. It looks like that probation is recommending 30 days in Hernando County Jail in order to resolve this case. Would you like to resolve that today?
Yes, ma'am. I just did 75 days in Pasco.
Was that for another charge?
That was a violation.
Okay. Well, they're offering 30 days on this case. How long have you been in custody on this case?
I was in holding. Excuse me?
Just a few days?
Yeah, I was holding. I was in Pasco held for 8 days to wait for you to pick me up.
Okay. Well, I will give you credit for those 8 days that you have in if you want to take the 30 days today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand that by admitting that you violated your probation, you're giving up right to have a hearing?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Giving up rights to confront witnesses at that hearing and call your own witnesses at that hearing. Do you want to give up all of those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
With regard to the violation of probation on this petty theft case in 2018 MM3239, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes, ma'am.
I accept your admission. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. I revoke and terminate your probation. Adjudicate you guilty. Sentence you to 30 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you credit for the 8 days that you have in. You will have the cost of prosecution in this case, And if there was any restitution, I can't tell from looking at this, but if restitution was a condition of probation, then that will be a lien against you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And the cost of incarceration for this, only the days in Hernando. So it's going to be 22. Irene McCarthy. Good morning, ma'am. Can I have your date of birth? Can she hear me?
June 13, 1928.
Okay, very good. You are here today for an aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint a lawyer to represent you, ma'am?
I need a public defender. I don't have a lawyer.
Okay, very good. I will get you a public defender, okay? Make sure that you get one. And state.
We have no prior records.
Okay.
Judge,
Yes, ma'am.
this is my first offense, and I really don't understand what's going on.
Okay. Well, what's going on is you've been charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. I need to order that you have no contact with the victim in this case, okay? So you can't have any contact with Thomas. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have someplace else you can stay?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, you're allowed to make some phone calls to try to set something up. But you cannot stay with Thomas because you're not going to have any contact with him right now. So hopefully you can find someplace else, okay? I'm going to give you a bond, so you're going to be able to get out of jail. But no matter what happens, you can't call him, you can't write him, you can't have anyone else call him. No contact with him whatsoever, okay? If you do have contact with Thomas, then you could be rearrested again and held in jail without bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We're going to do a hold till 4. No contact. Appoint the public defender's office. And ma'am, how long have you lived in Hernando County?
How long have I lived here?
Yes, ma'am.
I've been here since the late 80s.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. I'm going to see you back to court on July 1st at 1:30 in the afternoon. You have a lawyer now, so someone from the public defender's office will probably reach out to you soon, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Cody Brinsfield. Do you have somebody? Mr. Brinsfield, can I have your date of birth?
3/13/78.
Okay, you were here today because you have failure to appear out of Pasco County. The bond amount is $10,013. We're going to keep that bond amount the same. We're going to get you over to Pasco County within the next 5 days. When you get over there, you can ask for a lawyer and ask for a court date. If for some reason they don't come get you within the next 5 days, the folks there at the jail will bring you back in front of me and we'll figure out what the holdup is, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you. Okay. Wilfredo Rapero Boyana. Hi, Wilfredo.
Hola, Wilfredo.
Hello.
Can you give me your date of birth, please?
¿Tu fecha de nacimiento, por favor, me la puedes dar?
03/26/83.
03/26/83.
Okay. Wilfredo probably doesn't remember me, but we've had several conversations in English together.
Wilfredo probablemente no me recuerda, pero hemos tenido varias conversaciones en inglés.
Wilfredo, you are here today for a violation of the injunction.
Wilfredo, estás aquí porque incumpliste, quebrantaste el mandato judicial de orden de protección.
I found probable cause for your arrest.
Y hallo que hay indicios suficientes para tu detención.
Do you want me to appoint you a lawyer?
¿Quieres que le asigne un abogado?
Sí.
Yes.
Appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Le nombro la oficina de la Defensoría Pública para que los represente.
State.
Your Honor, he has a
Sir.
trespass that he just completed PTI on last month.
¿Él tiene algún antecedente? La fiscalía dice sí, él tiene una entrada ilícita y terminó el programa alternativo PTI el mes pasado.
Do you know whether it was the same victim?
I didn't check that, I'm sorry.
All right.
¿Sabes si fue la misma víctima? No, lo siento, no chequeé eso.
I have an address for you, Wilfredo, on Carson Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Wilfredo, tengo su dirección, aparece como en Carson Ave en Spring Hill. ¿Ahí es donde usted vive?
Sí.
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
¿Hace cuánto vive allí?
Desde enero.
Since January.
Okay. How long have you lived in Hernando County?
¿Por cuánto tiempo llevas viviendo en el condado de Hernando?
4 años.
4 years.
Okay. And do you have a job these days?
¿Y estás empleado? ¿Tienes trabajo?
Sí.
Yes.
What kind of work are you doing?
¿Qué tipo de trabajo haces?
Gymnastics coach.
Okay.
Gymnastics coach.
And you're at a different place than Allie's at now, right?
Estás en un sitio distinto en el que está Ali ahora, ¿verdad?
Sí, en Tampa. Estoy en Tampa.
Yes, in Tampa. I'm in Tampa.
All right, very good.
Bien, está bien.
Okay, I'm going to order again that you have no contact with Allie, okay? Do not call her, do not write her, do not email her.
Voy a ordenar otra vez, te voy a mandar que no tengas contacto ni comunicación con Ali. No le escribas, no la llames, no le mandes correos electrónicos.
And do not have anyone else contact her on your behalf.
Y no mandes a nadie de parte tuya a comunicarse con ella.
Sí, solamente quería decirle a la abogada que perdone por lo que hice con mi amiga.
Yes, I only wanted to apologize to the attorney for what I did with my friend.
No sabía que no me podía comunicar con ella para mi mujer.
I didn't know that I couldn't communicate
Okay.
with her.
All right. Don't say anything about the facts of your case, okay?
No mencione nada acerca de los hechos del caso, por favor.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to set your bond at $1,000, and I'm going to see you back to court on July 3rd at 9 o'clock.
Le voy a fijar fianza en $1,000 y lo veo de regreso ante el tribunal el 3 de julio a las 9 de la
Hold on one
mañana.
second, I'm going to change that.
Un momento, voy a cambiar eso.
It needs to be Judge Hickman. 'Cause I-
Tiene que ser con el juez Hitzman.
June 21st? June 21st at 9 a.m.
El 21 de junio a las 9 de la mañana.
We'll see you back to court then.
Lo veremos en el tribunal entonces.
Okay, thank you.
Kane Cesar,
Good afternoon.
I have your date of birth.
June 26, 1989.
You are here today for a failure to appear in front of Judge Toner on June 3rd. He's
Yes,
giving you a
I
bond.
had-
Okay, you don't have to say anything. He's giving you a bond amount of $4,000. I found probable cause for your arrest.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
I had gotten a paper in the mail saying my charges were acquitted.
Is that a question?
Well, I'm asking, I don't know how I gotta get that to him, but I had.
I don't know how you get acquitted without going to a jury trial, but state know anything about his charges being dismissed, perhaps?
I did not
Yeah.
say anything about that, but
Okay. Maybe it started out as several different charges, and some of them were no prospect.
that's very possible.
Does the clerk have any information about that? Did you have a public defender in your case, sir?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Who is that?
I had no clue. He was just court appointed. I seen him one time.
Okay, it looks like only that they dismissed the false report to law enforcement law authority and are going forward just on count 1 on the insurance fraud. So it looks like count 2 might have been dismissed, but count 1 continued.
What is count 1, ma'am? Because I don't understand.
Insurance fraud?
How could I have insurance fraud when my mother had made the call and she took the charges for this?
Okay, so I'm going to keep your bond at $4,000, and we're going to see you back to court on July 1st at 1:30 in the afternoon. I'll go ahead
Is
and
this
read
with
it.
10%?
I'm sorry?
Is that bond 10%?
I'm not a bondsman. I'm the judge, sir. So I'll make sure that you get your court-appointed attorney, okay? And you need to get in touch with them. Thank you. Vincent Tolbert. Vincent? Vincent Tolbert.
He wasn't on the list,
Well,
but he did have the arrest affidavit.
Oh, did he bond out?
I don't know, they sent me the paperwork, it wasn't with the bond date, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, we'll figure out what went on with Vincent, and then we'll look at Johnny Key. Is Johnny Key there? Can I have your date of birth?
5/30/1976.
You were here today for a failure to appear in front of Judge Hitzman on April 10th for possession of paraphernalia and driving while your license was suspended or revoked. I found probable cause for your arrest. Did you already have the public defender's office representing you?
Ma'am, I've been incarcerated since April 5th in Pasco County.
Okay.
That's why I didn't appear.
Okay. Did you have the public defender previously representing you on this case?
No, ma'am. I went to
Okay.
advisory in Pasco County though,
Okay.
on this case.
All right, let's see here. I have your driving record here. It's indicating that you have a couple other driving on suspended driver's licenses. Did you take care of the one in Sumter County already?
I was on probation for that and it got violated. I still have to go through that one.
Okay. Do you want to see about taking care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. And the case that you had in Pasco County, was that also driving on suspended driver's license?
No, ma'am.
Okay, did you take care of the one in Pasco County from April
Yes,
11,
ma'am.
2019?
Yes, ma'am. It's done. It's complete.
Okay.
It's all over. I've been.
Okay, if you want to take care of this case today, I'll give you 10 days in Hernando County Jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You want to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand that by taking this plea today, you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Giving up your right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to this possession of paraphernalia, how do you plead? You can plead no contest.
I'm guilty. I mean,
Okay. With regard to this driving on suspended driver's license, how do you plead? You can plead no contest.
guilty.
I'll accept your plea of guilty on each of those charges, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 10 days in the Hernando County Jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you have in on each of those. Those are not consecutive, it's concurrent together, so it's 10 days. You're going to have fines and court costs to pay. They're going to be about $576.
Okay.
You can make payment arrangements with the clerk of court when you get out. You're also going to have the cost of incarceration for those days, okay?
Okay, so I got to do 10 days in the county jail?
Yep, that should clear it up, and it looks like you still have things to take care of in Sumter, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thanks.
Your Honor,
Yes,
Vincent Tolbert bonded.
he did. All right, thank you. Author Knox. Can I have your date of birth?
12/5/81.
You were here today for a failure to appear out of Pinellas County. The bond amount is $513. Pinellas County is going to come get you within the next few days. When you get there, you can ask for a lawyer and you can ask for a court date. You can keep the bond at the $513. If for some reason they don't come get you, the folks there at the jail will bring you back in front of me and we'll figure out what the holdup is, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Your Honor, there was a second one from Lake County.
Oh, that's right, there is. Mr. Knotts, you also have a failure to appear out of Lake County. The bond amount there is $2,000. I'm not sure who's going to come get you first, but those amounts are remaining the same, and whoever comes to get you first is the winner, I guess, and they'll get you first, okay? Raymond Soto? Can I have your date of birth?
22/74.
Okay. You are here today for driving on a suspended driver's license. Looks like they're charging you with a felony. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Appoint the public defender's office, state. I have his driving record. Anything other than that?
Yes, Your Honor. In fact, he has a pending charge out of Pasco County for battery, kidnapping, and false imprisonment. I checked earlier, and those are still pending. They're set for trial from 2016. He's got a long history of having been in prison. At least on one occasion, he had a possession of cocaine, along with the driving on a suspended license, and that was back in 2012. He eventually did go into prison on that and was released in 2014. He had a failure to appear in 2015. 2012 was fleeing to elude. He was in DOC from 2010 to 2011 on a possession of meth with intent to sell, possession of paraphernalia. 2009, or that was from 2009. 2008, he had a violation of probation on a driving on a suspended license. I can go back further if the court needs to.
Okay. Okay. All right, so I have an address on Hartley Road.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is that? Is that Spring Hill or Brooksville?
No, that's Franklin County.
Where? Hudson, Newport Richie?
No, right there in the Gucci.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
I lived there for about 7 years now.
Do you have a job?
No, ma'am.
I'm going to set your bond at $10,000. We'll see you back to court on July 1st at 1:30.
Thank you.
Aaron Stolnier? Can I have your date of birth?
April 28, 90.
You were here today for possession of controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. The bond amounts are $5,000 and $2,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. I see that you also have pending in front of Judge Hitzman a possession of paraphernalia.
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like that's set in front of Judge Hitzman on June 20th. Do you already have the public defender on that case as well?
Yeah, I have one. We was supposed to see him on the 10th, but now I'm here, so I don't know how I'm going to see him.
Okay. They will come out and see you. How about that for service?
That's great.
All right, yep. We're going to RCO you on the 2019 MM1125, which means I'm going to revoke your bond on that case and hold you in custody until it's resolved. We'll keep your court date for 6/20. This new charge that you have, you're entitled to bond on that. I'm going to keep the bond the same at $5,000 and $2,000 and see you back to court on July 1st at 1:30, okay?
All right, so I can't bond out jail.
You're not going to be able to bond out at this time, but your lawyer is going to talk to you some more about that, okay?
All right, thank you.
Tracy Bennett. Can I have your date of birth?
July 3rd, 1995.
You were here today for a violation of probation. It's based on a warrant signed by Judge Toner, so there's probable cause for your arrest. He wants you held no bond on that violation of probation. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. We'll see you back to court July 1st at 1:30. Keep it no bond. Robert McKinney. Can I have your date of birth?
8/3, 1984.
You were here today for felony battery by strangulation. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State, does he have a prior record?
He does, Your Honor. He was just released from prison in September of 2016 on numerous dealing in stolen property and defrauding a pawnbroker. I believe the total amount of charges in that case was 12. Looks like he violated his probation on those as well. He also had an organized fraud from 2013. There was a 2012 fraudulent use of credit cards, and then I show a 2004 aggravated battery that was dropped. Does not indicate whether it was a domestic or not. And then 2002 there was a burglary that went into pretrial diversion.
Okay. All right, sir, I have an address for you on LaCanto Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
That's my grandma's address, yes, ma'am.
All right. How long have you lived there?
I just stay there every once in a while. I live at 6396 California Street, right down the road.
How long have you lived there?
Like 15, 18 years.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
Gale installation right across the street.
Okay. All right, I'm going to give you a bond on this case, but I'm going to order that you have no contact with Cynthia Vasquez. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
She lives in. Yes, ma'am.
Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. I don't care where she lives, wherever she is, you're not to be there. Do you understand?
Never again. Yes, ma'am.
Do not call, do not write, do not email, do not have anyone else call her, write her, or email her. If
No,
you do-
ma'am. That's fine.
If you do have any
Yes, ma'am.
contact with her whatsoever, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. I need to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case she wants to file any civil paperwork against you. I'm going to set your bond at $10,000. We're going to see you back to court on July 1st at 1:30. Gavin McFadden.
And Your Honor, the victim is present in the courtroom on this case.
I'm aware. Thank you. Can I have your date of birth?
2/2/2000.
You were here today for an assault. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want a lawyer? Do you want me to give you a lawyer? I'm going to hire somebody.
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll put a lawyer for you. I have an address for you on Siesta Road in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that where you live with your dad?
Yeah.
All right. Are you in school right now?
I'm supposed to be taking college classes.
Okay. What does that mean? You're not?
Well, I'm here right now, but I'm waiting for the next semester.
Okay. So you're in college right now? Where?
In Michigan.
Okay. So did you just move down here?
Yeah, like a week ago.
Okay. All right. State, do you have anything about any prior record or anything?
There is no prior record that we show.
Okay. All right, Mr. McFadden. Do you have anyone else living in your house with you?
There's 3 other people.
Family?
No, just some guys my dad knows.
Okay. Do you plan on moving back into that house?
No.
Where do you plan on going?
Somehow getting back to Michigan.
So your plan right now is to head back to Michigan?
Yeah. By bus or whatever.
Okay. All right. Mr. McFadden, what would you like me to know?
I would like to.
Come on up here so I can hear you. I'll put you under oath, okay? Raise your hand. Solemnly swear or affirm that every that the testimony before the court is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do, Judge.
Okay.
Obviously, we can't go back to Michigan yet,
Well, he
because
can.
this case has to be
He's old
resolved.
enough.
But the case has to be resolved, obviously.
You can get a lawyer to handle it for him down here.
Okay.
He's got a
Well,
public defender. We can work something out, but
okay. Well, I'd be happy to help in any way I can. Obviously, I would ask the court to not do a non-contact order because it's just him and I. And for me to get him back to Michigan, I'd probably just drive him back up there to his mom. I've been conversating with her all day about it, and so he can get back into school up there. But yeah, he didn't assault me. It was more of a disorderly situation. So.
well, I mean, I read the facts of the case. It sounded. I was surprised that there was an arrest made. To be honest with you, it sounded like assault was kind of a stretch.
Yeah,
of the imagination. But when you make certain statements to law enforcement when they come out to investigate something, they're going to take actions that they see appropriate.
Absolutely, and they were very nice.
Okay. So the state is going to figure out what they're going to do on this case. In the meantime, I will allow you all to have peaceful contact, which means if Gavin, if you assault your dad or threaten him or say anything, I'm not asking about the facts of your case, and this might be part of your problem is because you're not even listening to me right now. You want to argue the facts of your case, and you're not going to listen to me. If you're not going to listen to me, you can sit right there in jail and forget about Michigan. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't ask you if you touched him. I said I'm going to allow you to have peaceful contact with your father, which means if you even say anything violent against him, then he could probably report that to the state attorney's office and have you rearrested for violating my conditions. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Sorry.
You don't have to apologize to me, sir. I will do an ROR. I will allow peaceful contact. And he needs to get in touch with his public defender. And he's got a court date now of July 3rd at 9 o'clock in the morning. The state's going to figure out what they're doing with the case by then. You might want to wait till then to decide whether to leave to Michigan after that, or if they can work something out beforehand.
Okay.
But he needs to contact his public defender to figure out what's going on. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Will you get a bond?
You don't understand that.
They'll explain it to him.
Okay.
He gets released without.
Alcides Montoya.
Call our office.
9167.
Thank you. You are here today for a domestic battery and a violation of probation. I found probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office for you.
It'll be a little while probably, but you can head over.
With regard to the domestic battery, I'm going to order that you have no contact with Elizabeth Perez. Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call. Do not write. Do not email. Do not have anyone else call her, write her, email her. If you have any contact with Elizabeth, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case she wants to file any civil paperwork against you. I'm going to set your bond on that case at $2,000. You have a violation of probation here. That's no bond. Found probable cause for your arrest on that. There's no bond. And we'll see you back in court on that on July 1st at 8:30 in the morning. Okay, thank you.
And Your Honor, I'm sorry, did the court set it for the 3rd on the other charge? Misdemeanor?
The misdemeanor set for July 3rd.
Oh, thank you.
Philip Bennett. Can I have your date of birth?
11/6/81.
All right, looks like you have something going on in Bay County, Mr. Bennett. Looks like a charge of uttering forged bills, and it looks like they may want to get you back to Bay County. So right now, there's no bond on that. We're going to hold you no bond until Bay County comes to get you. When you get to Bay County, you can ask for a bond, you can ask for a lawyer, you can ask for a court date. They'll probably come get you within the next 5 days. If for some reason they don't, the folks there at the jail will bring you back in front of me and we'll figure out what the holdup is, okay? Thank you, sir. Adil Borfa. Can I have your date of birth?
6597.
All right, you are here today for possession of a firearm by a felon, sale of crack cocaine, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a drug without a prescription. Your bond amounts to currently $18,000 in total. I found probable cause. Do you want the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Your Honor, he was released from prison May of 2018 on a lot of burglaries.
Okay, you know what, that doesn't, we also have a violation of probation, so.
Okay.
We have a violation of probation here, it's, there's probable cause for arrest on that, there's no bond on that violation of probation until you go back in front of a judge. I'll appoint the public defender's office on that case. We're going to get you back July 1st at 1:30. I'm going to keep the bonds the same on these drug cases. I want to see you back to court July 1st at 1:30.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Robert Uvino. Can I have your date of birth?
9/13/1883.
You are here today for a failure to appear out of Citrus County. There's 2 of them, actually. And it looks like they're having to do with some drug charges. So they want you to hold no bond until you get to Citrus. We're going to go ahead and do that. When you get to Citrus County, you can ask for a lawyer, a court date, and a bond. They'll come get you within the next 5 days. If for some reason they don't, the folks there at the jail there will bring you back in front of me and we'll figure out what the holdup is, okay?
All right, thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you. Carl Stamper. Can I have your date of birth?
August 31st, 1983.
You are here today for a failure to appear on a driving a suspended driver's license in front of me on November 9th of 2018. Bond amount on that is $2,000. You're also here today for fleeing to elude a police officer, resisting an officer without violence, and reckless driving. The bond amounts are a total of $4,000 on that. I found probable cause for everything. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office on all of these cases. I have had the opportunity to review your record, your driving record. If you want to take a plea on the driving on a suspended driver's license, you can do that today. It would be for 120 days in the Hernando County Jail. Would you like to take care of that today?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by taking a plea on this case today, you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Giving up your right to confront witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am. Does that also include the failure to appear?
Yes.
Okay, yes,
That's
ma'am.
the case you failed to appear on. So with regards to the driving and suspended driver's license in 2018 CT3390, how do you plead? Concede no contest.
No contest.
I accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 120 days in the Hernando County Jail, give you credit for 2 days that you have in. You will have fines and court costs and the cost of your incarceration assessed against you in that case. The fines and court costs will be $488.
Okay, ma'am, I went to first appearance on this 6 months ago in Pasco County. Does that time count?
No, I'm giving you credit for the 2 days that you have in on that. You also have these cases here. You have the fleeing to elude, the resisting officer violence, and the reckless driving. I found probable cause for each of those.
Okay.
Those
I'm
bonds. Go ahead.
currently sentenced to C. Is there any way that we could push those court dates forward so I can resolve those as well and be on my way?
I can do that. I can see if there's an earlier court date. It looks like a Judge Toner court date. I believe. Do we have an early?
2 weeks, not the following week.
It's set at July 1st. Do we have anything?
Yeah.
21st. June 21st? Okay, we'll move up your court date to June 21st.
Okay, thank
It
you.
looks like it might be, you might want to resolve it with a change of plea on that day, so we'll let the attorneys know that so they can start negotiating that. And then we're going to keep the bond amounts the same because you're not going anywhere for a while. So 2,000, 1,000, 1,000.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Did I get everyone at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.